Fine. I'll watch the Cats trailer.
You're watching musical theater MASH.
Content! Yay! Is React still trademarked? Am I allowed to do this? No one should be allowed to do this. Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay. Cats movie trailer. Check out the official Cats trailer, starring Idris Elba. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Oh, man. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. All right. Play. I thought this... Sometimes I feel like I ham up that I don't like cats. Like, you know, I make it because it's funny, because, you know, people are passionate about cats in both directions. This made me sick to my stomach. Okay. It was very hard to resist not pausing throughout that. You're welcome. You can get the visceral, guttural reaction. Now, we can pull it apart. God, why? Okay. Okay. So, like... when... God, I'm about to start defending cats. When they're cats on stage and you know that they're humans in the cat suits, then you already have that, like, and it's a Broadway play, there's, you know, people sitting around you, right? Like, obviously they're not cats. But, like, immediately they've made production choices in an attempt to make them look more like real cats? Why aren't they just, like, actual cats? Like, Secret Life of Pet cats? Or, like, now they're just, like, human cats? Oh. And, like, the conceit of cats is that cats unanimously care about other cats and the business of other cats, and they, you know, have this collective secret meeting of cats. Like, they're cats. No, they don't. Cats don't care about anything. And Judi Dench as Deuteronomy, like, I get it. They want Judi Dench to be in this movie because, oh, it's her, but now she's that one. Like, none of this is real. Like, the set must be real, but that must be it. Like, they're gonna hold off for a very long time posting any like, you know, mocap CGI behind the scenes suits for this thing, because either there are none and this is just like they pretended to hire the actors and then created CGI versions of them, or they look ridiculous. Just makes me so uncomfortable. Does it not make you uncomfortable? Like, something about cats in general just kind of makes me uncomfortable, and I get, like, I want to be an open-minded artist, and I've tried really, really hard to like this show, and I understand it, don't get me wrong, but, like, the stage version makes me uncomfortable, and it's like they've, like, found whatever those knobs are, and they're like, let's turn them up. Oh, God. And like, Cats is not really a star vehicle. It shouldn't be. Because they're... So then, like, in the original productions, like, sure, you know who everyone is, but, like, you know them because of their talent and their singing and all these things, and you enjoy them for how well they execute the role of cats, and like their identity as an actor is really, really hidden because, you know, Cats was revolutionary in its use of stage makeup. Like, all, you know, they don't look like the people they are, but they've made the weird, bizarre choice to, like, James Corden, despite looking like a terrifying rehash of Mike Myers in the Cat in the Hat movie.
A monster? Where?
Still also kind of looks like a recognizable James Corden, and like, just animate it, just make it a Pixar-style DreamWorks movie, and I legitimately thought this was gonna make me less angry than it has. Tom Hooper, thank you for making musicals big screen and like bringing these things to the cinema and like allowing them to be immortalized and appreciated by a broader audience. But did we need to do Cats? Why am I doing this? Does that trash can say stage screen? Is this making a joke about stage to screen? Is this is this making a joke that stage to screen is trash? Ooh, boy! It is uncomfortable to me that some of them are wearing clothes. Mistopheles, I assume this is Mistopheles, he's wearing a top hat, is wearing clothes, and like, but then Deuteronomy is in like something that looks like a fur coat, but it's fur, so it's just the cat, so is she just naked? Because they're human cats. I am so uncomfortable. And also, like, Cats barely has any thread of a plot holding it together. But if there is a plot, it's that all these, you know, cats are excited to be inducted into the Heaviside Layer and experience a different life and a life better than the one they have right now. Can you imagine? So it's like a reality show. It's like Big Brother, but for cats, or Survivor, but for cats. And instead of winning $1 million at the end of it, you are reincarnated, and they're cats. And the person choosing whether or not you win isn't Julie Chen, but it's Deuteronomy, the sage old cat who accidentally gets kidnapped. Like, okay, can you imagine if Deuteronomy chose anyone else other than Grisabella, who has like, boo-hoo, poor me, my life is so sad. Like, no, Grisabella, you had a sad life and I might want to give you a new one, but I think Shimbleshanks really just needs another go at it. Can we also just talk about the Cats logo? So, in the original Broadway marketing, it had the like scribble cats, and then there were like the two cat eyes, and the cat eyes had silhouettes of people dancing in them who look like the cats, right? And the only thing that and it looked like a cat was looking at you, and that the word cats was like either the mouth of the cat or something. Like, Cameron McIntosh is big on this. Like, his marketing is consistent and good, which is a lot to say for Broadway shows. A lot of Broadway marketing is trash. Look at the original posters for Hello Dolly. What's that show about? No one knows. And it became so iconic that they mirrored it for the revival. Anyway, here they remove the only iconography from the poster that tells you anything about the show. The cat eyes with the dancers in them. Now, it just looks like a 3-year-old stole a crayon and learned how to spell their first 4-letter word. Cats. I can think of some other 4-letter words that are running through my mind right now. I want to watch that behind the scenes featurette. Because clearly they wanted this to go out before the trailer did. Because in the trailer, everything looks weird. And so they wanted your first view of Cats not to be of weird Taylor Swift with cat ears, but of actual Taylor Swift, the one you know and love, who looks like a human being and not a furry. Nothing against furries. I'm sorry, furries, that this had to happen in your world.
My connection to the arts is music. I grew up singing in the church. That's how we communicate, that's how we relate.
My first memories of performance go back to when I was in Pennsylvania growing up. My favorite thing was getting to be theatrical, to tell a story, and I've always brought that sort of narrative element.
There's this, I think, there's this thing that happens in art sometimes where we get too full of ourselves, us as artists, who like, you know, and this is my art, and it is filled with metaphor and, you know, deeply rooted simile, and you must be a learned person to understand it. And it's the first step to, like, gatekeeping of the arts, and, like, I don't like it at all. Because, like, especially with musical theater, you know, at our core, we are fluff and kick lines. And not that that doesn't mean, like, important things can happen, but, like, also sometimes we tap dance and make fart jokes, right? Like, they both live together, and that's the beauty of it. And like, that is a trope that exists in all sorts of art and all sorts of musical theater to begin with. But then to take it and, like, put the dramatic piano music behind Jennifer Hudson talking about her roots and singing, and Taylor Swift walking away from the camera wearing a dark jacket into the back of the studio. Like, it's Cats!
I was cast in 1981, just before we opened.
And you noticed it takes until Judi Dench. We go through Jennifer Hudson, Taylor Swift, and Jason Derulo, and then we hit Judi Dench. And the first three, they're talking about, oh yeah, music has been a part of my life. I really like music. But none of them are like, oh God, I've wanted to be in Cats forever. They're in Cats because they're making a lot of money.
At the centre of this incredibly entertaining, comedic, fantastical musical is a very timely story about the importance of inclusion and redemption.
At the center of this musical is a timely story about inclusion and redemption. Okay. Okay, Tom Hooper. Okay.
And we got to update it in ways that I think are just so great.
What ways do you think they updated Cats that Taylor Swift thinks are so great? Is there a Facebook cat now? Is one of the cats like an Instagram cat who has their own Instagram and is just like, oh, Forbidden Broadway, call me. I have ideas.
We also lucky enough to have Andy Blankenbuehler, who choreographed Hamilton.
When you see people that are...
Say, okay. You gotta remember to say Hamilton in as much as possible. Because if you say Hamilton, then people will come, because people like Hamilton. Cats is like Hamilton, because it's a musical.
Everybody's working really long hours, rehearsing every day, and it's fun.
I want to play this for you again. Listen to Taylor Swift.
Rehearsing every day, and it's fun, and it's fun, and it's fun, it's fun.
Do you believe her? Do you?
Tom's pairing them with a kind of level of technology which I don't think has ever been used before.
We've used digital fur technology to create the most perfect covering of fur.
we've used digital fur technology to create the most perfect covering of fur. Listen, I have watched every single special feature on the Monsters Incorporated DVD. We've been using digital fur technology for almost 2 decades now. But it's the perfect coat of fur. Would you want to see less than the perfect coat of fur on James Corden? It wouldn't. Not in my cats. Maybe in some cut-rate cats, but not in my cats. Only the best digital fur for James Corden.
These are people, but they're cats, and this is kind of blowing my mind.
I agree with you there, James. These are people, and they're cats, and it's kind of blowing my mind. We might disagree on some of the subtleties. Look. People like what they like. People love what they love. People love cats, and that's awesome. And I love that people love cats, and I love that people are excited for this movie. That's great. You know, rah-rah musical theater. It's weird. And I talk about weird musical theater all the time. I like a lot of it. I will say, I am excited to see it. And not in like a hate-watching kind of way. It looks like it's gonna be, you know, no matter what you think about it, this movie's gonna be stunning in some way or another. Look, I'm not here to shit on art. I'm here to build art up. It looks like some cool things are happening with cats. And a lot of really weird things. And you just wonder, nowadays so many people are involved in the production of movies, especially. Huge CGI teams and production designing teams and choreographers and choreographers and on and on and on and on and on, right? And you know, like, a lot of people said yes to this, and you always wonder, like, you know, contractually, they're supposed to smile and be like, yes, cats, it's great. And you wonder what they really think. But now you all know what I think, and I'm sure you'll tell me how much you disagree with me in the comments down below. I don't know why I keep talking about musicals that I don't like, because then people don't like that I don't like the musicals. There's not a lot of them. I like most of them. I like some really crappy musicals. Anyway, thanks for watching with me. See you later. Maybe at the premiere of Cats. Ooh, maybe this is what they're gonna be like. No, we'll convince Mr. Mash. We will invite him to the premiere to show him that this musical is actually awesome. Yeah, does Tom Hooper have a Twitter? Don't tweet at him.